My fellow Dixonites, I know that the last few weeks have been challenging for us, both as individuals and as a community. I wanted to take a moment of your time to address you and let you know what the overall COVID-19 situation is looking like for our community. As of Friday afternoon, since there is no reporting by the county over the weekend, there have been 73 confirmed cases in Solano County, and 33 are active cases, meaning that the individual is either still contagious or still displaying symptoms. As many of you already know, there has been one COVID-related death so far. I have had many requests for information during this time, and have run into the same walls that many of you have. There is simply not enough testing going on to get a reliable number on how many COVID-19 cases there are in our community. But I believe it is safe to say at this point that some members of our community have contracted it, since so many of those cases are either symptomatic or mild. Some folks have asked whether or not essential workplaces can be open if a member of the staff is sick. Most businesses are requiring workers displaying any symptoms to stay home. This minimizes risk to their fellow workers and to the public. There is, of course, also a matter of whether or not it is cost effective to stay open due to the lack of traffic. The county has announced that the shelter-at-home order has been extended to the end of this month, and the indefinite state of emergency status, passed by our city council, will remain in effect until the council votes to lift it. While the vast majority of folks are doing the right thing, staying home, practicing physical distancing, and avoiding gatherings, there has been an issue with compliance with the order. I know that the police department has been doing its best not to actually write people up and issue citations, but my feeling is that their leniency may run out this week. I would like to personally thank our first responders at the police and fire departments for doing their part and bravely taking on the extra workload and potential hazards that come with medical response and law enforcement during this time. Your service is noted and deeply appreciated. While the shelter-and-home order may last through April and perhaps further, there is also large potential for economic ramifications that will last far past that. We may see some dark economic times in our near future, but as an optimist, I of course truly hope that that is not the case. In the event of that happening, however, the City of Dixon is well positioned to be able to continue core operations regardless of the economic situation. The city has shelved many discretionary spending items over the last 2 weeks, and executive leadership has already made plans should a more pronounced economic downturn reveal itself. While I feel obligated to talk about the state of the municipality that governs us, my heart and prayers lie with the community itself. 2007 was not that long ago, and a lot of us still remember the pain induced upon our wallets and financial outlooks. We also remember the small business owners and property owners that were decimated by that recession. You may have seen there have been memes and jokes online about how the patriotic or heroic thing to do is to stay on the couch. But I would add to that, it is also vitally important for our small town that you shop and order from the local businesses that are bearing the brunt of this shutdown. Restaurants and retailers are offering delivery and pickup services, and hardware, grocery, pet, and feed stores are all still open and deemed essential. These businesses are responsible for the bread and butter of thousands of Dixonites, and there is no better way to help your neighbor right now than to keep your dollars local. These are the times when a community either pulls together or falls apart. Despite our seemingly placid, natural disaster-free recent history, we as a community have pulled together time and time again to rebuild. Whether it was 1906 following Dixon's Great Fire, and not long after that with Dixon's second Great Fire, or following the pandemic of 1918, when our town's founding and second generations were practically wiped out. We recovered then, sadder but wiser, and we will recover from this too. I believe we are a strong community, one that can face the challenging times ahead of us with our head high. Whether you believe or whatever you believe, I ask that you please pray for our community. Pray for your fellow man, and pray that this cup may pass from us. Stay healthy and stay Ram strong. God bless.